is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 15, verses 1 to 6. Some who had come down from Judea were instructing the brothers, "Unless you are circumcised according to the Mosaic practice, you cannot be saved," because there arose no little dissension and debate by Paul and Barnabas with them. It was decided that Paul, Barnabas, and some of the others should go up to Jerusalem to the apostles and presbyters about this question. They were sent on their journey by the church and passed through Phoenicia and Samaria, telling of the conversation of the Gentiles, and brought great joy to all the brethren. When they arrived in Jerusalem, they were welcomed by the church, as well as by the apostles and the presbyters, and they reported what God had done with them. But some from the party of the Pharisees who had become believers stood up and said, "It is necessary to circumcise them and direct them to observe the Mosaic law." The apostles and the presbyters met together to see about this matter. This is the word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. John, chapter 15, verses 1 to 8. Jesus said to his disciples, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does, he prunes so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples." The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear friends in Jesus Christ, a tree cannot think about its existence without having a proper connection with its roots, because roots are the foundation of the tree. The moment tree forgets the connection that exists between the roots and the tree, that is the moment the tree ceases to exist. Dear friends in Jesus Christ, everything is absorbed by the tree in and through the roots. Therefore, without having this connection, a tree has no real progress and growth. In the same way, my dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, we cannot think about our lives without having this rapport with Jesus. Jesus can be compared to the roots of the tree. We are just like the tree, which should have a proper connection with its roots, which is Jesus. Who is Jesus? Dear friends in Jesus Christ, that is why in today's gospel Jesus says, "I am the vine and you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit." If we want to bear much fruit in our lives, if we want to discover the real meaning of our life, if we want to live our life meaningfully, we need to have a proper rapport with Jesus. Dear friends in Jesus Christ, in salvation history, we come across so many personalities who tried to become independent from God. Adam and Eve, they wanted to become independent from God. People of Sodom and Gomorrah, they wanted to become independent from God. And some of the Israelites, they tried to independent from God at the foot of Mount Sinai. That is why they made a golden calf. They wanted to be independent from God. Dear friends, in Jesus Christ, the moment we try to be independent from God, that is the moment we loses the real sense and the meaning of our lives. Therefore, we need to have this proper connection with the good Lord. How are we going to have this connection? How are we going to maintain this rapport? It is in and through prayer. Look at those saints who bore fruits in their lives, like St. John Paul II, St. Teresa of Calcutta. They were men of prayer. They were women of prayer. That is why they could bear much fruit in their lives. Therefore, dear friends in Jesus Christ, let us try to build up a good rapport with the good Lord. The moment we go for silent prayer or for the community prayer, we say to the Lord, Lord, I want to maintain this rapport with you, because without you, I can do nothing. Therefore, while maintaining this rapport in and through prayer, let us try to bear much fruit in our lives. Amen.